You are listening to The Michael Lodge Show. Wealth, business, and taxes. Oh yeah, and some politics. Let's get started.
Always been the one who's keeping it cool. The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty.
And good morning, this is Mike Lodge. Glad that you have joined me. So, we're in another day to do great things. I kind of feel sorry for Prince Harry and his wife. Not really, I don't. Let me tell you the truth, I don't. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. And now here I am on my podcast talking about nonsense. I think really what I want to talk about is loyalty. And I don't see in that interview that was going on with Oprah, and I don't know why Oprah did it. I've lost respect for her now for going down to this tabloid level. And I think I've even lost respect for myself for even bringing it up. But loyalty is a big thing, isn't it? When you look at the grandson of the Queen and hear him talk, there's no loyalty to his grandmother, is there? And there certainly isn't any loyalty from his wife to the royal family. There really isn't. I place a lot in loyalty. I don't place a lot in royal loyalty because it seems right now as if it's a family of tabloids, and Harry and Meghan have made it that way. And it's sad to see, isn't it? Now, I want to tell you something. I would be a good royal. I'm telling you, I would be a good royal. Queen, if you want a new grandson, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Listen, here you have a queen who has given them titles and have given them allowances and money and cars and plane trips all around the world and getting involved in all kinds of charities that help other people. She has given them a whole load of stuff to work with. And what does Harry do? He marries this lady who comes between his family and him. Now that's a dangerous type of person. If you have an individual who is willing to come between a family, his brothers, his father, his grandfather, his grandmother, there's something wrong there. That is not a sane woman. Listen, she knew when she said I do to Prince Harry that there were going to be responsibilities to that title she got and the role that she was going to play. But it didn't go her way, you see, it didn't go her way. And so she became spiteful, she became evil. And that loyalty of grandson to his grandmother went away. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to sad sob stories and mental health issues that the new princess may have. I don't care about that because that is her choice. She made that choice. And since she made that choice, she has to be loyal. I don't have any respect for people who are not loyal. I have had people in my life who said, yeah, I will be there until the end for you. I have had them. I have been with them. I have heard their promise to me. And they're no longer with me. They're gone. They went off and did their own thing. It happens in life. Doesn't mean I'm not. Listen, I'm the kind of person that even though that friend did that to me, I'm still loyal to that individual. If they were to come back and say, listen, I really want to apologize for what I did, I would say, listen, you made that choice. Now I have the choice of allowing you back into my life. And I would probably allow that person back into my life because I believe in giving a second chance. Life is about this second chance. Now, I don't know if the Queen will take that approach. When you have a grandson who allows his wife to go on national and international television and give an interview and slam the Queen's family, maybe not. Maybe she won't allow her to come back. Or even Prince Harry. Maybe Prince Harry has cut the ties, right? But listen, loyalty in family is a lot. You stand up for family. They may have done something bad, but you can work on that family and you can try to get them into going into another direction. But you don't slam them on national television. Well, that was seen internationally. It's being played day after day. Special clips are being played. Loyalty in family is very vital. I think also loyalty in business is very vital. Loyalty in relationships is very vital. Once you break that loyalty, or once you break that confidence, it kind of ends everything. Depending on where your heart is and where your mind is. But it's interesting, isn't it? How Americans were so glued to that television. And what did they come away with? Not much of a good view on Harry and his wife. I always liked Harry. I think that he was always the cool kid in the palace. He had a good relationship with his brother, which is now gone. Sometimes we have to be careful about what we say about other people, especially on national television. But loyalty is very important. I really admire people who are loyal, people who will hold your confidence, people who will take care of you when you're down and out, people who will listen to you and give you advice and tell you the truth. I tell you, it's hard to find people like that. So you have to be a person like that. And Harry was not that person. He just was not that person. But listen, Your Royal Highness Queen, I would be the best royal ever. I'm telling you. You send me anywhere and I'll do it. If you give me just a small apartment in the palace, I will be happy. I will even bring you tea. I would be a loyal royal. You have to kind of laugh at it because people got so up in arms and it was watched and they heard this nonsense coming out of two people. And you wonder, what in the world is the Queen thinking right now as she listens to all that nonsense? I hope she didn't watch it. I hope she didn't watch it and hear the nonsense that was coming out of these two individuals. I mean, honestly, on this television show, you could really tell why Harry's wife never really took off in acting. I mean, it was really bad acting. Listen. What did you learn from all this? Loyalty is really special. Commitment to family and especially to your grandmother is really special. There will be times where you will never be able to make up for lost time that these two individuals have put between Harry's father and his brother and his grandmother and his grandfather. Now there's lost time. In the very last years of a queen's life, and he acts like a spoiled brat. Privileged. So I think that as Americans watch this, we are saying, my gosh, I've got to talk to my kids. Because if they ever go on national TV and spill their guts about me, there's going to be hell to pay. Loyalty, I tell you, is very special. I love commitment. I love the word commitment. I love the ability to say, you know what, I'm committed to you. I'm committed to you that if you're up or if you're down, I'm going to be there for you. I love that type of commitment. If you fail in business, I'm going to be there. If you fail in marriage, I'm going to be there for you. If you fail in relationships, I'm going to be there for you. Because I tell you, as the individual watching you fail, I'm learning so much from you. But I'm going to be committed to you. And if you ever need help, you can come to me and talk. If you ever need a place to sleep, I'll be there. If you ever need forgiveness, I'll forgive. That's what commitment and loyalty is all about. But once you break that, you're on your own. You're out there in the world by yourself. It will be an interesting thing to watch how the Queen handles this. She may handle it in silence, and she may reach out to Harry at some point and say, Harry, why did you say that about me? Are they that short on cash that they need to do an interview like that? What was the need for that interview? If they really wanted to make it on their own, they would have gone out and made it on their own. That's what they said they wanted to do. But it appears they can't make it on their own. Maybe they didn't really think before they spoke and said, what can we do to make our lives better? How can we put back into society? What can we do as a business? What is our brand? I mean, they never thought about that. If they're going to be out on their own, they needed to start developing their own brand, but they didn't do that. They still think that they should be living under the glow of the palace in London. That's what they think. They thought they could leave the palace and no longer be a prince and still get paid for it. Listen, when you become a prince, that's a job. That means you're representing your country. You're out there building up your country worldwide. That's what a prince does. That's what the Queen does. That's what Prince William does. That's part of your job as a royal. It's not to marry an American that thinks that she is higher than anybody else, and that she feels as though that she can divide her husband away from her family, his family, I mean. So it was kind of strange to watch all of this happening in front of the TV, and they never thought that they were doing anything wrong by blabbing. They never thought. So I'm assuming that they're so short on cash that they're trying to drum up any kind of money that they can. I'm sure they got paid very well for that interview. Strange, isn't it? We Americans, we sit here and we watch this happening, and we wonder, what in the world are these two kind of people? Well, we saw what they were. So that is all I'm going to say about the royals. Now let's talk about business. Now, a lot of you need to start looking at your financial statements, because you know, planning is constant. Planning continues. So every single month, we have January, February, and March now. We're almost done with March. So that is the first quarter of the 2021. How well did you do? Even if you're an individual, you should be looking right now and starting to look at the first quarter and say, how well did I do? Did I meet my goals and expectations? Did I meet my budget, or did I exceed it, or did I fall short? You see, numbers always tell the story of your business. I mean, you're probably out there telling a great story of how successful that you are, but you're not even paying attention to your financials, so you don't even know how successful or how failure that you are, because you're not paying attention to your financials. Know what your income levels were. Know what your expenses were. Know what your net income were. Know how much cash you have in your bank, how much debt that you have. What have you been working on? What do you need to work on still or to improve? Because most individuals say, my gosh, my bottom line is so small. Well, it's not because of the expenses. It's because you brought in less revenue. And why did you bring in less revenue? Sometimes expenses have just stayed the same. Because right now, all of us in our businesses, we're operating on shoestring budgets. If you're a small business, you're operating on a shoestring budget and you're hoping that shoestring doesn't break. So I encourage every single one of you, if you don't know how to read your financial statements, let me know and I'll go through it with you. Listen, if I have to perform a, what do they call it, a financial course for dummies, I'll do it. I will do it. You're not a dummy. It's just that you need to know what you need. You need to know what you're looking at. So, if you don't need my help, look at your income. Compare it to last year to see what you've done. Look at your expenses. What has gone up? What has gone down? Look at your net income. Net income is income minus expenses. Okay? You might be in a very good spot. You might be in a spot where you're in a growth pattern at the moment. See, a lot of us small businesses, we're not the Targets, we're not the Walmarts, we're not those kind of companies where they're bringing in billions of dollars a year. We're not that size. They have all of the professionals there to tell them where they're going. They've got the financial analysts, they've got the cost accountants, they've got all of these individuals that are looking daily at how well the company is doing and making suggestions on where to do better at. But we have to do it ourselves because we're a small business, right? You and I, we're a small business person. And we need to look at our financials. And we need to know exactly in what areas are we doing fantastic, or where we're just miserably failing. The financial statements tell the story of your company, and that allows you to tell the story of your company to other people. Where have you improved at in your sales items? What products are doing well? Which products are not doing so well? In our expenses, how have we used our manpower to better the company? And there is a whole bunch of things that you can look at in doing that way. Now, again, if you look at McDonald's are now replacing the frontline worker with kiosks because that $15 an hour just isn't working out. It's cutting into profits. Well, we're not on that stage yet. We're not at that level, but we can look at different ways and how to make our company better. Are we really loyal to a specific brand and it's not making any money? Or do we find something to replace it? Or do we make that item better? You see, there's a whole bunch of things that you have to be thinking about all the time. But your financial statements tell you what you're doing. It is the picture, it is the television tube that is sitting in front of you that you can look at to see exactly what's going on. And you can do a whole bunch of analysis yourself. Or hire somebody to come in and look at it with you. But if you don't know how to read your financial statements, learn how to read it very quickly. Know what your story is. Remember, I'm always telling you, know what your story is. And part of your story of your business is your financial statement. Because that financial statement, you're going to have to explain to investors. You're going to have to explain to bankers who want to give you loans. There's a whole bunch of different ways or different situations where you are going to have to explain your financial situation. So I'm encouraging every single one of you, learn how to read your financial statements. Income statement, balance sheets, cash flow statements. I love to have a pull across. And I call it a pull across because it pulls across January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all 12 months it shows me. And I can literally see what areas in what months I was not as active as I should have been. Listen, we're not part of the royal family, so we don't have a budget coming in to feed us every month. We're not doing national television shows and making money off of that. We are now a Prince Harry without nothing. Except we have a business and we can focus on that business and we can move forward. But you need to know how to read your financial statements. Very, very important. Very important. So that's my royal business lesson for today. If you have any questions, just send me a text at 818-252-5682. Again, that's 818-252-5682. And if you want to send me a long email, send it to info at lodge, lodge-co.com. If you would like to help me out on the production of this podcast, go to buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge, Lodge. That's it for the day. You've got your royal lesson in. You got your royal financial statement in. You're on the go. You are ready to pounce the world. And today's the day. This is Mike Lodge. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.
I've never really been the one who's worried. Always been the one who's keeping it cool. The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me. 'Cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free. I am made to be free.
This podcast is produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content.
Well, I am made to be free. Been thinking about myself and myself only. I've been like that since I was a kid. I've always put my feet wherever I want to. Before I saw who I could be, kept thinking, where did I go wrong? Then realizing where I do come from. Was asking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me. 'Cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free. I am made to be free. Well, I am made to be free. That's my choice, what I need to be free. Still thinking how real love should feel, when I know that it's not about you, just me.